All right, guys, 1 month down in 2024. What do I expect the rest of the year?
All right, guys, real quick. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe, hit that like button, comment in the comment section. Always enjoy the feedback. And also, if you're on Facebook, check us out on Facebook, Transportation Life, Wheels, Wings, Rudders. On the Facebook group, you're going to get a lot of your questions answered a lot quicker. So join us on there. A lot of experienced drivers, people willing to help out, man. So hope to see you on there, guys.
We're 1 month into the year, and so far, in what I've seen, nothing's changed. Everything so far seems to be status quo from 2023. Obviously, we had the holidays in between there, so that obviously slows things down and affects things to an extent. But I started out here on the road this month, or last month rather, probably about 10 days into the month before I got to doing anything. And rate-wise and volume, it just seemed like I said, more of the same. And as it went on, I shouldn't even say more of the same. To be honest, the West Coast and Texas and all that has seemed to have gotten even worse than it was. And that's not good, because before it was horrible as it was. Now it's getting absolutely just disgustingly low. It's trash. I'm a week into February, still been more of the same. Just kind of trying to come up with a little bit of a game plan on what I want to follow for the time being to stay working steady and solid rates. But for the rest of the year, in my opinion, and again, I'm no economist, I've been doing this for 12 years altogether, this expediting game, and over the last few years, it's obviously gone way downhill, due to high capacity, low freight volumes, due to the economy being shit. And for mine, coming from a common sense standpoint, is I don't see anything that can be going on that can help us. Interest rates are still high, pay is still low, compared to the cost of living. So that means you're not going to see people spend a bunch of money on things. Specifically, the auto industry is huge for us in the expedite industry. And with auto sales down and the production down, that obviously means that there's not as much stuff for us to run. And I don't see that changing. I don't see any policies or anything that can change with the administration, the current administration, that can help things. The only thing that we can hope for, and that I think about that we can hope for, best case scenario, is that the Biden administration, wanting to win re-election, decides to try to control gas prices, keep gas prices down, and try to do certain things that appear to be helpful, to try to, give some kind of relief, temporary relief, mind you. I don't see this administration doing anything that's going to be good for the long term. So we might see some temporary relief here and there, as far as the cost of operation, but I really don't see what can go on that can increase the volume of freight that we're seeing out there. And again, we still have a higher capacity out here than what we did pre-COVID. And with that being said, it's just common sense. Obviously, if we got more capacity than we do volume, there's going to be a lot of competition there. And you toss into the mix the fact that you have a lot of people that really don't understand what they've gotten into, and all they know is, I need to get a load in the back of my van and get moving. And they think that equates to profit. And unfortunately, that's not the case. Like, you'll hear all the time, if the wheels ain't turning, you ain't earning. It's true, you're not earning, but earning isn't the only thing that we need to be concerned with. Profit is what we are most concerned with, correct? Obviously, we want to have a certain amount of profits. We want to make a certain amount of money that we're putting into our pockets, so we have to plan accordingly. But basically, just to get a load, to get the van moving and making pennies is not the answer. That's not the long-term answer. That may have been the answer for that day or that week, but that's not going to suffice and keep your business afloat long-term. That's just not going to happen. As a carrier, you should never be below $1. Obviously, you want as much over $1 as possible. Obviously, That goes without being said. But you need to have a low threshold that you shouldn't go under at the same time, because when you do, you're allowing that broker or customer, whoever you're getting that freight from, to get away with doing those things as far as going cheap. Because 70 cents all in, man, like the people that are bidding that, and again, most of these people that are bidding that more than likely aren't people in my shoes, as far as I'm a carrier and I bid my own loads for what I drive. Many people out there are working through an app or a carrier. If the carrier you're with and the apps you're using only allows you to get 50, 60 cents, you are not doing good there. You should get the F out of there as soon as possible. And I know these apps are a huge problem because they can deal with such a volume of drivers. And again, if you guys don't realize this, when you're getting on these apps, I know it's easy. I know it's so easy to get on these apps and start working. But these apps, you're bidding against so many people on that same app. You think you're the only person on that app within a 100-mile radius or a 50-mile radius, or even in the same city you're in. You're sadly mistaken. So you guys are all bidding amongst yourselves. Like, one app is creating so much competition for that bid that it's driving the prices down. Whereas with the carrier, if you're on with the proper carrier, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody that works with an app, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know 100%, but this is my understanding. If you're working with an app, the loads just go out to the individuals. Bam, each individual is accepting, counter bidding, whatever, okay? So that app, whoever's controlling, getting the information off that app, is going to bid on whichever one's the cheapest, I'm sure. Or maybe they got a favorite person that they like or something, they might do that. Whereas with the carrier, well, let me just finish a little longer. So with that app, as I said, you may have 25 vans in the area, because go look at the amount of downloads for those apps. And that should give you an idea about how many people. And I'm not saying as many downloads, there's going to be that many people on it currently. But just look at the amount of downloads. And just to compare, like you'll see downloads of these apps like in the thousands. More than, thousands and thousands. Whereas a carrier is going to max out at maybe, I think the most I've ever heard with a carrier was like Panther or Bolt at one time, a handful of years ago, had like 400 van units by themselves. So, put that in perspective and see that apps are putting hundreds or thousands of vans that are bidding at the same time. So, with the apps, it's going out to everybody. Everybody's getting an equal opportunity to bid on that load and throw it back into whoever's running dispatch for the app. Whereas as a carrier, with a carrier, the carrier is going to bid off of who's first in line. Not all the vans that are in the area, and we're all going to fight amongst each other. We're going to, us as a carrier is going to take the cheapest bid out of the bunch. That's what's going on with the apps. So just to try to give you an understanding of how detrimental these apps are to our industry. So any of you guys that are out there bidding those trash rates, you know who you are. Quit doing it, man. Like, quit bidding that trash ass shit and then complaining that you're not making no money. You're the reason you're not making money, because you're the one accepting the bullshit rates. Like, these guys have to get this stuff shipped. I mean, they have to. And again, this goes back to what's always been said. Not enough people understand their cost of operation. They don't know their cost per mile to operate their business. If they did, they would definitely not be taking 50, 60, 70 cents. Because, again, you're not going to be profiting very much or at all at those lower ones. Now, I know some of you guys are being sleazebags, and you're taking multiple loads at 50 cents or 40 cents, and you're turning it into 80 cents or $1.20 or $1. Like, that's bullshit. Like, you guys are basically still fucking the industry. You guys might think that you're doing the right thing by, the brokers don't want to give me the money, so this is what I got to do. No, it's what you're choosing to do by trying to manipulate the industry to try and skate by. And more than likely, if you're the ones out there doing that double shit, you guys are probably not going to last very long, or you're not doing very well as it is. And what I've seen lately, just looking at videos that have been popping up and everything, a lot of content creators aren't putting out a lot of content concerning the cargo van industry, because a lot of people are slow. The gig apps including. I've seen several titles of videos that have to do with the gig apps being slow. And of course, you'll see some people that are doing pretty decent at times. And again, that's the way everything is going to go, even at its best. Some people are going to do way better than others. It's going to happen. But right now, you can you can feel it and see it, how bad things are overall. And again, when I say bad, I mean, like me personally, I feel like things are horrible, but I'm still making money and I'm still, moving consistently. It's just a little bit more work and, a little more strategizing, things like that. It's not as easy as it was. And then on top of all this stuff, you still got some of these guys out there that want to try to sell you courses. I've been seeing lately, and I'm laughing because some of the people that I've been seeing trying to promote the medical courier industry are people that were, trying to promote gig apps or over-the-road expediting type work. Now they're trying to get their foot into the medical stuff, They're trying to find the next big thing to draw people in, to throw a few bucks at them for just giving them some, miscellaneous information that isn't going to be a surefire way for them to succeed, And it's just funny, like, seeing a video, and this dude, I'll even mention, this Stick With Us delivery joke guy, putting out a video where he's dancing around a car lot that's got vans in there. Guys, he's making it out like it's so easy to find a van, and due to his recommendation or his referral, it's not hard to find a van. The hard thing is finding a van at the right price that isn't going to be detrimental to your business in the future. Meaning, I could go easily find a van for $50,000-$60,000, or a used one that's overpriced at $40,000 or $50,000. Like, piece of cake to find a van. But to find a van at the right price, with the right rate, the right, what's going to fit into my budget monthly and is going to be reliable, that's the difficult part. Like, it's easy to find a van. And so the reason I bring that up is because people that are quick to refer you to things like that and trying to, basically put makeup on a pig to make it look beautiful for this industry, be leery of that stuff, man. Like, it's not so easy out here right now. If it were easy, that's what they would be doing. They're obviously themselves claiming to be a part of the industry, but they've got all this time to go out and make videos, and it's not like they're making videos on the road like I am or like some other people are. They got time to be sitting at home, set up some lights and shit, and feed you all this bullshit about what a mentee did, but don't give you all the information. Like, you guys got to be mindful of that. And too many of you guys got caught up in that during the pandemic and had all that free money, and I know a lot of you guys are struggling, and I know you are. So just guys that are looking into this, just do your due diligence. You're gonna find the answers you need. There's plenty of us out there that are willing to answer questions. Just like I said, take your time, guys. This is gonna be a grind this year. I think it's gonna be as much or more of a grind than it was last year. So any of you that have been in the game so far and you're struggling, just continue to keep doing so, man. We're gonna get through it. We're gonna get on the other end of it, man. But you guys that are being a negative to this industry, man, just bow out and get out of here, man. For real. Just pack up. Go find something else to do, because you're going to put yourself in a bad situation, and you're going to negatively affect everything else. You're going to leave a ripple effect, afterwards, because these brokers, they are just being grimy, man. Like, there are some of them that are just trying to really dig into you, man. Just don't allow that, man. Find your lanes, find your good relationship brokers and whatnot, and work those, man. Cultivate those and work those, man. F them brokers that are out there trying to counter you at like $200, $300, $400 less than what you're bidding. That's a joke. I can't believe they even got the nerve to do that. So, like I said, I'm getting off in a tirade at the moment. But anyhow, guys, I'm gonna get out of here, man. And it's been good hollering at you guys. And everybody be safe, man. I'm out.